What is the very thing that made you so successful at corporate is the thing that is keeping you stuck in your journey as an entrepreneur and in your journey of creating the life that you want, of building your dream. And let me explain. Like in corporate, we have to be so polished before you move forward. You have to be always being protective of the perception of others. But then entrepreneurship is very different because you have to be visible before you're actually proven. You have to believe in your results before they show up. And that transition, people don't talk about it. This is the stuff that I wish I could listen to it and somebody would have taught me before I made the transition. So that's why I made it my whole mission of starting making videos here to help you in your entrepreneurship, because that transition from corporate to entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not easy because it feels weird for high achievers like you and I. But what about if this journey is not about proving yourself anymore? How cool would that be? And it's all about creating something that is aligned with you, with your values, with your priorities, and the things that are very, very important to you in this chapter of life. And that is why I started doing these videos. This is actually the third video of a series that is all about the mindset change that requires you to move from corporate to be a successful entrepreneur. Because as I mentioned in one of the videos before, I was doing the same thing as other people were doing. We went to the same coach, we were doing the same systems and everything. And for some reason, they were advancing and I was staying stuck. I'm like, what's going on? What's wrong with me? And honestly, I realized there's nothing wrong with me, but I needed to really almost do like right to my mindset and make sure that I could see things differently so I could set my journey for success. So make sure that you watch the other two videos. This is the last one. So with this one, we're going to put a little lacito, a little bow at the end. And I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. What helped you? What was a good insight? And what would you love for me to continue to work on these videos, because this is for me to help you. Again, this is the stuff that I wish I would have listened to it before I did my transition 6 years ago. All right. So let's go to the last three mindset changes. So as an entrepreneur, and I'm looking here at my notes because I have them here, is all about protecting your reputation. Do you remember? It's the things that you say and how you look, how you portray yourself, executive presence. You know that you love that word, but it's sort of, you always cautious about, oh, if I say this, I may rub somebody the wrong way. And that's a career killer, right? So the whole time you're protecting yourself because you want to act according to these rules, the spoken rules and the unspoken rules, and making sure that everything goes according to plan in this little box that you are, so then you can be successful and continue to grow in this journey. As an entrepreneur, you have the freedom to be you. But here's the thing, we are so used to make people happy and act like this persona, to be cautious that whenever now you say, hey, you have a white canvas, be you, be authentic, be intentional, we sometimes we go back again that we want to please everybody. As an entrepreneur, if you want to please everybody and just want to say everything to everybody and be the thing for everybody, you're going to end up helping nobody. So the cool thing is that yes, you have freedom to be authentic, to be intentional, but the thing is that you have to be very true to yourself and be okay to be visible even when it feels uncomfortable, visible even if you have one follower and it's your mom in social media, being visible, because again, it's not about you anymore. This is all about helping that ideal client of yours, helping the person, helping the community. And if you do that mindset change, it's going to be so empowering, it's going to be so liberating. And you have to be okay with sometimes the gremlins I say in social media, the people who may not agree with you, may not be in your journey. Sometimes they're just reflecting their own insecurities or the things, look at this person, but in big inside of them, they're probably, I wish I was them. You know what I'm saying? You cannot control that, but what you can control is the action towards helping the person that you want to inspire, the person you want to help with the journey, with their transformation. So this one is a little bit easier said than done, but the cool thing is that it comes with a level of freedom that is priceless, and I wish to all of you. So again, it's going from protecting your reputation to really building visibility, but with intentionality, right? Because again, it's all about staying in the lane that you are to continue to give your best value. Okay, the next one is that, oh gosh, this one took me a little bit, because in corporate, you go, is everything is linear. ever from the day one that you're in corporate, you get a little salary increase every year, or you get a bonus, or you get a promotion, and everything is like you grow linearly. Even if you have metrics, KPIs, whatever you call them, right? You have goals to hit, like every quarter you do it and you hit them, and everything is linear. You follow the SOP, the standard operating procedure, you follow whatever that you're supposed to follow, and everything is linear. Every month you get a salary. As an entrepreneur, it's not. However, the funny thing is that it's not about like hustle work, but it's about consistency of work, because everything compounds. Almost think about investing, right? Whenever you're putting your money away for investing, and then those investments kind of look like little like this, and then out of the sudden, after time comes, they exponentially increase. Same thing here, it compounds. The thing is that you don't have control on when that happens. So instead of thinking it's like hustle, busy work all the time, yes, but you want consistency of intentional work. Okay, not just work to like make sure that your calendar is busy, but the work that moves your needle. So consistency is the key here. And it's okay, especially when you're putting the foundation together. It's not that you're gonna see these crazy, awesome numbers right away, but over time, I'm telling you, it's gonna go up. If you're consistent and continue to believe in yourself, in your craft, and continue to improve. Now, the thing is that, when you have a salary, you get a certain number guarantee every month. But then as an entrepreneur, it may be that you have like skinny months, and then boom, there's a month that kind of compensates for all the 5 months that were really skinny at the beginning. And that kind of happens, Sal, especially at the beginning, until you find your rhythm, until you find the formula that actually works for you, until you find those clients that are raving fans at the end and they start referring you and your product and your process. But I'm telling you, it's not about hustle work just for the sake of being busy. It's about intentional work, but it's about consistency and knowing that it's not linear, but it's exponential, because the amount of work, the amount of consistent work, it compounds. Okay. And then I can actually go even in that little mindset change that it took me so long. I can do actually a video and do a deep down. So again, in the comments, let me know if there's anything here that I can go in a little bit more details. Because I remember my first year, I'm thinking, oh my God, there's no way I'm going to even get to like half of what I thought I was could make the first year, because at the beginning, there's no money coming in. And then boom, out of the soul, and then, okay, I got it. So again, consistency is your friend in here in business and in entrepreneurship. Okay. And the last one. Okay, I love this one. It's not about achievement anymore, and it's about alignment. And I'm telling you why this is so beautiful, because in the achievement world, it's all external. It's all about proving yourself, proving your value, and proving that you're worth of that next promotion, and making sure that people approve you, other people. But in entrepreneurship, it's all about your internal approval. And I'm telling you, this piece is so freeing and so empowering. And there's a level of freedom, just like I mentioned before, that is just, it has no price. So this is all about being in alignment. What's the life you want to create? And don't start comparing yourself with other people, because everybody has a very, very unique situation in terms of family, people that they care for, really what they want to achieve in life, who do they want to help. So don't start comparing that. Oh, if they made that money, then I have to make that much money. It's not a competition. You are your only competition. The cool thing is that you do have a white canvas to say, okay, in this chapter of my life, how do I want to create this dream? With what priorities? Do I want to be more intentional with my kids, that they are teenagers? This is in my case, before they go to college. Do I want to make sure that I'm not traveling as much and I actually more time here? And that's how I designed this dream right now. Maybe when they go out of college, both of them, maybe it's different, and then I design it in a different way, right? So what are your dreams? Do you want to travel the world? And then the way you design it, for example, me as a speaker and as a coach, can I travel? Can I make sure that somehow whenever I'm traveling, I can also coincide with some of the speaking opportunities, or making some VIP coaching days in some of these places where I can connect with clients around the world? So this is the cool thing, that is about alignment. It's not about hustle, working hard so people can see you, and I please pick me, and make sure that you're proving yourself anymore. All of that goes away, and this is about your internal alignment. But here's the thing: It's going to take time before you start hearing people, bravo. You don't hear the applauses at the beginning. I remember when I first started in social media, I will get maybe one or two likes, and I know one of them was my mom, but that's okay. She was my first fan. She's still my fan in all of my videos and everything that I do. But you have to be consistent, and you have to be okay with being your own cheerleader at the very beginning, because just as I told you that the results are going to be exponential, so is the people recognizing your work. Maybe at the beginning of this journey, you're going to get a lot of naysayers, even in your family. They'll be like, nena, estás loca. ¿Qué estás pensando? Like, what were you thinking about? You have your work, you have your security, you have your, all of that. I heard it. But in here, you have to believe in yourself so much more than the applause externally, and be okay with that, and be okay with that. So don't give yourself grace. This is a time of being graceful, and maybe this is the thing that you actually needed to hear from the whole video. And if that was it, let me know also in the comments. But again, I just that's really the last one that I want to talk to you about. Maybe as I continue to do these videos, maybe there's another one that comes to my head, but I just share with you my top 9. Make sure that you go to the other 2 videos, corporate to entrepreneurship mindset changes that you have to do for you to be successful, to set yourself for success, and not the old identity of yours keeping you stuck, or maybe sometimes even moving you backwards. You want to move forwards, you don't want to move backwards. Alrighty, my name is Jenny Lopez. I had a 23-year amazing career. I will never talk bad about corporate because I actually enjoy that journey very much. But then I learned about entrepreneurship, and I loved it even more, especially the impact that I'm having, the flexibility and the freedom that I have with my family, and the impact I have with my clients and my community. I cannot put any price on that. So I fell in love with this entrepreneurship journey. And this is the chapter where I'm at, and why I decided to do these videos here in YouTube. So make sure you follow, make sure you share with your friends. And again, let me know in the comments. I'm there. I'm like watching them, and anything that I can be of help, I'm here for it. Also, I do have an intentional unicorn community that I'm slowly growing, with people who actually want to grow together and support each other, people with the same mindset, especially that are going this journey. If that is something that says, you know what, that would be amazing, make sure you go to the description of this video, click on the link. There's a couple of questions to make sure that this is the right community for you, and then I'll see you there. So, yes, until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.